DC Comics did a collaboration with Faze Clan in this Batman comic book. I was originally just gonna make a short explaining just the existence of this comic, but then I read it and I realized I need to make this into its own video. This comic just makes no sense. It's full of cringy and ironically funny dialogue. You guys are going to love this. If you don't know what Faze Clan is, it's a professional esports and entertainment organization. Faze Clan is a wholesome group full of nothing but amazing people with zero controversies, making this comic great for the kiddos. And you know that this is directed at kids when you look at the reviews, and these are the only people giving it 5 stars. This comic was released in September 2021, but I never heard anyone talk about this until now. It was limited edition, but you can easily pick one up on eBay, or you could pick up like 30 on eBay. There's plenty for sale. It's as if no one wants to keep it for some reason. Now let me give you a play-by-play in the comics and tell you all my thoughts on it. And believe me, I got a lot of thoughts on it. So basically there's this VR console called Nigma Box? I'm not sure how to pronounce this without making it either sound racist or like it's a D's nuts joke. So there's this new console, and the problem is that gamers are having their brainwaves scanned and manipulated, making them commit crimes. The word gamer has become such a meme, I just cannot take it seriously anymore. But this comic book treats the word like it's nothing, just adding to the unintentional comedy. It's then revealed that it's impossible to stop this from the outside, so someone needs to go into the game. In other words, it is literally Sword Art Online. And as we all know, that is the best anime to ever exist.
Death Gun is my name, and the name of my gun. One day, I'll pay you all a visit too, and bring real death with this gun.
And so Robin says, I know exactly who to ask, and Batman says, they're too immature. And then it shows Faze Clan's house. Can somebody please show this to a friend, but do not tell them that Faze Clan is in this? I want to see the reaction. Like, Batman, I know you're the world's greatest detective, but we need the world's greatest gamers. So Faze Apex, Faze Banks, Faze Rain, and Faze Temper are the main characters here. I'm not gonna pretend I know who any of these guys are aside from Faze Banks. So if there's any reference to these guys or just anything I'm missing, I truly apologize. Off screen, Batman tells them about the issue and Banks says, this is a gamer issue. Batman's a dinosaur. What could he even do? Alright, first of all, Faze says this right into Batman's face, making the line, Batman's a dinosaur, what could he even do, just make no freaking sense. Second of all, I know Batman's age changes a lot per story, but I looked it up and it seems like Batman can be anywhere from between 20, 30, and 40, and Faze is literally 30 years old. But either way, no matter Batman's age, I'm currently on Batman's side with saying that Faze is too immature. Batman is unsure, for some reason. And then Faze Banks says, let us handle it. I hate this frame in particular because it looks like he's trying to be so just motivational and inspirational. Let us handle it. We can do it. So I guess Batman ends up agreeing because the next page is him explaining to the guys how Riddler's behind everything. Let me get this straight. You want the 4 of us to take on a supervillain? Sheesh. Then Faze Rug walks in with pizza, sees Batman, and leaves. What is Batman's connection with the Faze Clan? At the start of the story, it's clear that they knew each other, and here Rug doesn't freak out going, oh my god, it's Batman! He just realizes he's interrupting something and then he leaves. He's acting like this isn't super out of the ordinary. So anyway, they're all now in the Batcave. Oracle, the world's best hacker, hacked the console so Faze could go in unharmed. Faze is then introduced to Batwoman, Nightwing, Robin, and Batwing. So it seems here like Robin actually never met them before, which is really weird since at the beginning, Faze Clan are the first people he thinks of to help, which makes it almost seem like he just wanted their help specifically because he's a big fan. But if they never met each other before, then why is Faze Rug so unfazed when he sees Batman at their place? It really just makes no sense. Anyway, for some reason Batman doesn't even join them when they go into the video game. It's just the 4 Faze members going going in and the 4 superheroes that I just mentioned. So now they're in, and it's revealed that they need to defeat Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Scarecrow, and the Joker, and collect a token from each of them. Oracle then gives Faze members their own powers. Banks is a tank, Rain is an archer, Temperor is a mage, and Apex is a healer. Also, just from looking at this picture, I could not figure out who was Apex and who was Temperor. And that's because they're drawn to look almost exactly the same, and I only really figured out who was who with context later on. And it doesn't help that suddenly in the next panel, Apex's hair is down for the first time. Whatever, I guess they phased up. Robin then says, "Be careful, if you die in the game, you die in real life." He said it! He said the line! Oracle worries because they're just a bunch of gamers. You probably should be worried. You're sending in some normal ass dudes to fight against a supervillain. Or should I say 5 supervillains? But don't worry, Batman's smart. He's thought of this and prepared something. And that something is inviting whoever these guys are. It's just funny because I don't know Faze Clan well at all, so these are just 2 dudes as far as I can tell. Alright, so let's get into the action. The first face-off is Robin and Apex versus Two-Face. One bomb is fake, but which is it? I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Robin just grabs one bomb randomly and throws it with no regard for anything or anyone. I feel like Robin just thinks the Faze Clan is so cool and is trying to impress them here. So it turns out to be the real bomb and blows up. Two-Face goes flying, and I guess this is where he gets defeated. Then out of nowhere, one of the people that Batman called in for backup, Faze Blaze, calls in and asks if Apex is okay. That's his only use in the entire story. He shows up again and has one other line, but it's literally just a throwaway line that anyone else could have had. So why is he in the story? I don't know. I feel like they just want to jam as many of these Faze members into this one comic as possible. And what is he even doing? Is he playing the game? Did he just control Robin and that's why he just randomly threw a live freaking bomb without thinking? It looks like he's just here to watch and talk to Apex. He is so pointless. So Apex heals Robin with his powers and then proceeds to never use his powers again. This really seems like a one-man job. Oh yeah, so I guess they got the token somehow? And no, Robin, we didn't choose, right? You acted on your own and could have killed us both. Now we move on to Banks and Batwoman versus Mr. Freeze. Did Batman really think a gamer could stop me? So Banks just kind of hits Mr. Freeze and so he dies, I guess? This token is a naked girl. I don't know if this is a Batman reference or a Faze Clan member, but either way, I feel like they just threw in this naked girl for fan service, which makes sense because I'm sure most of the people who watch Faze Clan are teenage boys. It's now Batwing and Rain versus Scarecrow. Rain makes a trick shot with his bow and kills Scarecrow. That's it. We now move to Tempura and Nightwing versus the Joker. So the Joker is hiding in a room of mirrors and they can't find him. Man, I hate the Joker. Facts. Come on. The other guy that Batman brought in as backup is watching and speaks to Temper. He says that he's sending in a heartbeat scanner so he can help find the Joker. This guy is just as irrelevant as the last guy is. So Temper then finds the Joker camping in a corner and defeats him. I don't even know why they really gave Temper powers. And I only say that considering the fact that he doesn't even use it. Everyone else at least used their powers. Temper is a mage now, so I guess he used a magic punch or something? But it was very underwhelming and he could have done a lot more with freaking magic. With the 4 villains defeated, the Riddler makes it so no one from outside can contact the people in the game. So it's up to Faze Clan now. But not up to the 4 superheroes who are also there. They're not gamers, they can't do it. Okay, so they have all 4 tokens and that means that the Riddler can't stand a chance. But not if the Riddler has anything to say about it. Riddle me this, gamers! So the Riddler made himself 75 feet tall, then he takes away Faze Clan's powers. But that doesn't faze them, get it? Because Faze Clan is bigger than the 4 of them, and even bigger than the Riddler. I don't know, man, 75 feet is pretty tall. So then all of these guys come to help. Who are they? Are they NPCs? Was there a summoning spell? Are they other people who were playing the game? Given the previous dialogue, you'd assume they're fans. And there's a Faze clan symbol in the sky like the Batman symbol. So are these all real people who are playing the game, and then they suddenly see the Faze clan symbol, so they immediately rush over to the area like it's an in-game event? So in the next panel, they're all throwing ropes on the Riddler. They then tie him up and win. We then skip any context of how they even got out of the game, them celebrating, any banter, or just anything like that. And that's because the next scene is Alfred talking to Batman. All it says here is that Batman has been staying inside doing some research. It then cuts to Faze clan celebrating with some pizza, and then out of nowhere they get a friend request from Batman, and then it ends. Oh, okay, I will say that it's genuinely funny that Batman wants to become a gamer after this experience, but with that being said, that is the only point I can genuinely give this game for any kind of interesting writing. So I'm sure you all understand just the stupidity of this comic, and to go over everything in detail would just be very redundant. So I just want to address the big question. Did Faze really need to help out here? Did any video game skills actually come into play? Of course, they shoehorn a lot of video game references in everywhere, but did it matter? It's gonna be really hard to tell because they never really explained how this VR game works. Let's try to break it all down. Apex did literally nothing aside from heal Robin, which I don't think was necessary because Robin just could have laid low for a while and waited for help. It doesn't seem like he was gonna die anyway. Batwoman seemed to be holding her own against Mr. Freeze, and since it took Bank one hit to kill him, I'm sure that she could have done the same thing. Rain is the only one who seemed to have been needed here, and that's because Batwing was being a wimp. And there's literally no reason that I could think of that Nightwing couldn't have handled the Joker with the heart monitor himself. And since they defeated the Riddler with his army of people, I don't think the 4 Faze members were the game changers here. And I'm sure they could have even done this if Robin was too injured to move on. Now look how agile these heroes are here. It doesn't seem like you need much video game experience to move around like this. And not to mention they're the only people who still have their powers at this point. The Faze members are now just ordinary dudes here. You're telling me that Faze clan's gamer skills were more important than sending in 4 more actual superheroes here? Honestly, I think the only reason they're here in the first place is because Robin had a crush on them. Alright, there's the Batman and Faze clan crossover for you. I'm just as shocked as you that they made this. They also made a Batman and Fortnite crossover. So if enough of you guys like and subscribe from this video, then I will 100% cover that in the future. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, and hope you all have a happy Tuesday.